Okay, so I hear people say all the time that, oh, I would go vegan, but it's just too expensive. Or, oh, well, I would go vegan, but what do vegans even eat? And so, a lot of the YouTubers I like to watch who are vegans do food hauls. So I thought, why not jump on that bandwagon, which is probably already sailed. That's a fusion of two different sayings. But I mean, you know, I'm gonna show you guys what I buy when I go to the shop because we have no food in. My favourite place on this earth, Aldi. Okay, phase 1 complete. Stage 2. I hope that that completely blew out. Okay, well I tried to turn the camera to see Tesco Extra, but I didn't change the ISO, so it blew out. But stage 2, Tesco Extra. Okay, so I always get asked, well, what do we even eat as a vegan? So here we are, here I am to tell you. I say we because Naomi's behind the camera. First off, you know, I don't know if it's just me not being that knowledgeable of a cook because I never learned to cook when I was growing up, apart from in school in a food class. All my food is rice-based or pasta-based, and so you can get some rice, get some pasta. Pasta was 30p. I think the rice was 95p, but the pasta was 30p. Yeah. 30p! How can you complain about vegan food being expensive? Not that I have a chip on my shoulder about vegan food supposedly being expensive. And then every morning I eat some bread because, again, I'm lazy. But I mean, we were really hungry whilst we were shopping, so we couldn't wait to film the video first and then eat. So it may look like we only have half a loaf of bread, but I promise this was a full loaf of bread. We've eaten half of it already, and we had it with some delicious hummus dip, which wasn't here. The hummus we got for 69p, and I remember the bread was 79p because I buy it all the time. And what is bread, unless you're having it with hummus, without some dairy-free Violite butter? Not sponsored, wish it was. This was £1, which I think is cheaper than butter with cow's milk in it. I don't know, Naomi, do you remember how much regular butter is? £2, isn't it? Really? Yeah. See, vegan food, that's a vegan alternative which is cheaper as well, which is rare. And sticking with the dairy-free theme, we've got 2 tubs of soy milk because, I mean, because they're not see-through like cow's milk jugs are. I tend to try keep 2 in the fridge, so because you can't tell when you're about to run out until you pick it up, and it sucks when you've made some cereal or a cup of tea and then you pick up the carton and it's empty and then you've got to eat them dry. And sticking with that theme as well, we've got some wheat biscuits. You might not have known this because I only recently found out a lot of cereal isn't actually vegan because it's got, I'm going to put a little correction if I'm wrong here, but I think I'm right, vitamin D3 in it, which comes from lamb's wool. So I don't know why somebody thought to put basically hair in cereal, but we've managed to find some in Aldi that was without vitamin D3 added into it. Yeah, I don't really eat breakfast all that much. I eat breakfast every day. Breakfast is the best meal. I don't eat lunch all that much. And so we've got a few lunch foods, but they're all quite middle class, to be honest, because Naomi was the one who decided to pick them both up. We've got some organic wraps from Aldi, which were 75p, which is pretty cheap, you know? I complained because I enjoy complaining. However, it wasn't expensive. We've got some incredibly middle class green pitted olives in brine. Delicious. Which were 59p, which is a lot cheaper than I expected. Okay, we'll move on to dinner foods and produce. Start with the sauces, the delightful sauces. What is a rice-based meal without some moisture? Without, I didn't mean to say the word moist. What is a rice-based meal without some sauce, you know? So we bought a jalfrezi because it's the only curry in Aldi that is vegan. The Rogan and Josh used to be, but it's not anymore. Not that I'm bitter about it, but I am bitter. That was 89p, which is all right. You might have noticed a theme here. I try to not buy anything that is over £1. Some people, they'll go to Tesco and they'll see some, what's that chef called?
The Lloyd something. I don't know. They'll see. I bought it once in my life ever and I was reviewing it. It was too expensive. It was gross. It wasn't gross. It was delicious.
Vegan stuff.
No, it's not vegan specific, but it's vegan. It's just like pasta sauce, but it's expensive.
Oh, it's just called like Lloyd's, I think.
There's some Lloyd something pasta sauce, and it's like £2. However, why do that when you can go to Aldi, pick up one of these bad boys for 30p? 30p. We bought two of them for 60p. That is at least 4 meals there. But also, we bought these chopped tomatoes for, I think 30p, I might be wrong. Chopped tomatoes. Excuse me, 30p, that's extortionate. These bad boys, 29p. Yeah, we moved to Tesco because Tesco are a lot better for plastic-free produce, loose produce. But the one thing that we got that wasn't loose were these brown/green lentils. I think they're the same thing. I'm not entirely certain. Maybe I'm just ignorant. But yeah, I've seen recently that you can get tinned lentils, but I think that's a sin. Because this will last like a month. Whilst a tin will last 2-3 meals. And so, I mean, these take a little bit longer to cook. They're like 40 minutes. The only upside, I think, with tinned lentils is that you can recycle the wrapping. The tin, yeah. But
The packaging.
The packaging, that's the word. Whereas you can't recycle that. So I'm trying to move towards zero waste, but I'm definitely not quite there yet. However, we also bought 3 potatoes. I was about to juggle them, but I think that's quite risky, so I won't do that. Yeah, I bought 3 loose potatoes for £1.09p.
Yes.
I think they came to. Got 1 brown onion, 1 red onion for, they're about 30p each. Well, there was a 1p difference. No, one was 10p, the other was 11p.
Really?
Yeah, this was 11p, even though it's smaller. It's just because it's red, it's fancy. We got my mascot, obviously. What would be a broccoli video? That's some broccoli. Oh, it's falling apart though. Stressing me out. This is a good representation of me. It's falling apart.
Deep.
Yeah, that was quite dark actually. The bananas. Are you even vegan if you don't like bananas? These were 54p. That is... that's just under 11p per banana. That's pretty flipping good if you ask me. And finally, in terms of the produce, I think, unless I've forgotten something, we bought these mushrooms. Those 6 mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
Don't laugh at my accent. Those 6 mushrooms cost us 50p, so did pretty well. And we got some delightful, delicious green tea. Because Naomi had a cup of it this morning, and I had a sip, and it was quite delicious actually. So I happily paid for that. That was 75p. That's alright. I think it's compostable. I don't know. I hope it's biodegradable. I've not checked the bags. And I often get asked, yeah, but Lewis, I would miss chocolate way too much if I'm vegan. And you know what? I used to be a bit of a chocoholic. And so, to get our chocolate fix, what else do you need? Other than bourbon, cream, Tesco's own. 45p. I know that price from the top of my head because I buy them so often. But yeah, overall, in our first stop, when we went to Aldi, we spent 12p. 12p? That would be amazing. We spent £12.30. And our trip to Tesco, we spent £8.05. So overall, our shop came to £20.35p. I think this is pretty good. How long will this last us, Naomi? Like 2 weeks maybe?
Yeah, 2 weeks I'd say.
2 weeks, and maybe we'll have a few like straddlers after that, like
Yeah.
the lentils and stuff will last us a bit longer than that. But I mean,
That's 2 people as well,
yeah,
isn't it?
between 2 people, so that would be just over £40 per month. But I mean, you know, £20 per person for a month. I think that's pretty good. I can't complain about that. So yeah, vegan food doesn't need to be expensive. Sure, it can be if you do all of your shopping at Holland & Barrett and specialist shops. But I mean, you know, I never shop there. I never get like vegan cheese from there, and you can get that from Tesco. So you know, why does being vegan have to be expensive? We spend £20 per person per month. It equals out to. So you know. But yeah, I'm going to leave that one there. This has been a Coli food haul, and I'll talk to you next time.